So I can tell you, once you get hooked on chartering, oh man, the whole world opens up to you. So I'm here on the British Virgin Islands right now. I've been down here probably a dozen times chartering. I've taken friends down here. We've led flotillas here. It's just absolutely amazing. But chartering is kind of a lifestyle. You know, somewhere in the world I go every year. We go to the Mediterranean, we go to the British Virgin Islands, we go to Grenada, we go to Tahiti. This is something that you can really do as a lifestyle with your friends and family. The key to it all is it's not just sort of like a bucket list and, you know, you'll come down here and thrash it out and you'll figure it out as you get down here. That's a bad idea, because if you have a bad time, somebody has a bad time in your family, you're not coming back again. That's it. You're done for chartering for the rest of your life. So what should I do? And how can NauticEd specifically help you in that scenario? And so we define competence as made up of three things: knowledge, skills, and experience. So knowledge, you know, that's the theory knowledge. What does it take in terms of what I should know to get down here and do the right things? Skills, what kind of skills should I have? And then experience is just a huge one that a lot of people tend to forget. You've got to have experience and been out on the boat and had things happen to you. All of a sudden a thunderstorm comes through and you're not a pull from your theory knowledge. What do I do? It's happened to you. So how do we help you with that? So knowledge, skills, and experience. So online knowledge, we've got a whole suite of courses. It's called the Bareboat Charter Master bundle of courses, and we've got it for sailing courses, and we've got powerboat courses as well. So the Bareboat Charter Master bundle of courses, online specific courses. There's about 40 hours of really detailed study in there, and tips and tricks and just a lot of wisdom from people that have done this before. So that's the knowledge. Skills, all of our instructors worldwide are trained to make sure that they can run through a full assessment of you to make sure you've got the right skills. And if you don't have the right skills, they're going to train you. And even, for example, like in a Mediterranean mooring, backing a boat like this, coming down this fairway, spinning it around and backing it into a slip there, and then picking up and getting all of the dock lines and everything ready. You know, that's a real skill that you've got to have. Now, we can teach you how to do the theory of it, but you actually have to perform it with an instructor. And then again, just the experience of having done it multiple times over. So we've got online courses, we've got instructors, and then the experience, we measure that in our electronic logbooks. Anytime you go sailing, anytime you go boating, just log into our logbook online and tell us where you've been, how long you were out for, what kind of boat, were you crew, were you master, and then what that does is all of that stuff in our platform puts it all together into a resume. And at some point in the software will actually tell you, okay, we think you've got enough skills, enough knowledge to be able to come out. So Bareboat Charter Master certification from NauticEd, that's what you should be aiming for. And then on top of that, the SLC license, and that's what required by European countries and the Seychelles. And actual fact, a lot of other countries are starting to require certification of competence, not just a certification of, you know, you've been out with an instructor, certification of competence. So that's the SLC license that we issue, and that's done under a very strict assessment of your skills on the water with an instructor. We do virtual reality training, so that if you're a bit nervous about backing a boat into a slip, picking up a mooring ball, maneuvering the boat in the slip in the marina, 20-knot crosswind, put the boat in reverse, prop walk kicks in, and your boat's getting thrown around. We do all of that in virtual reality so that you really can gain the muscle memory of how to maneuver a boat. And then start looking for some of the opportunities that we have as well. We have opportunities where instructors are saying, hey, we're delivering a boat here, or come down to the British Virgin Islands, we're running a course down here. We've got a Go Now program that gets you right down here with an instructor. There's so many things to do with NauticEd. Welcome aboard.